Hi. I just wanted to check in with everyone and see how you're doing and share this meditation with you. If you're anything like me, you might be feeling a lot of stress and anxiety right now. There's just a lot of things happening, and every day is kind of a little different. Some days I feel okay, and then other days I feel like I'm gonna have a freak out, full blown panic attack or something. And so I think a lot of my anxiety and stress has come from the fear of the unknown. None of us know how this is going to end. We don't know how long it's going to last. You start to like watch the news and it just seems like we don't know how bad it's really going to get. And we don't know when the kids are going to go back to school. We don't know when we can return to our jobs. And there's just a lot of things that can bring a lot of anxiety right now. And so I wanted to share this with you. This meditation is called Fear of the Future. And it's really simple. Anyone can do it. So first you want to sit either cross-legged or in a chair, whatever is comfortable, but just make sure that you're comfortable. And then I want to teach you guys some deep belly breathing first before we do the meditation. So take one hand to your chest and one hand to your belly. And then close your eyes and just start to take a couple of breaths here. And what I want you to notice is if you breathe first into your chest or if you breathe first into your belly. When I did this for the first time, I found out that I breathe into my chest first. And that's probably gonna be most of our tendencies, is to breathe into our chest first. And so what this does is when we take these short, shallow chest breaths, we activate our sympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight response. And so when we have anxiety, our tendency will be to even take like shorter, quicker breaths into our chest. And so oftentimes we'll make our anxiety even worse and give ourselves these little like mini panic attacks because we're not breathing properly. When we take deep belly breaths, we activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest and digest. And this is where we're going to be able to respond to life in a more relaxed state and not be so reactive. And so it's really important that we start to become aware of how we're breathing. So go back to putting one hand over your chest, one hand over your belly, and then close your eyes. And then start to breathe into the belly first and feel the belly start to fill up with air. And then maybe even try to fill up the back of the kidneys with air. And then start to fill the chest up. And what I like to do is imagine that my torso is like a cylinder, and I want to fill it up evenly and make it round from the bottom up. And so I really want to make sure that I'm filling the back of the kidneys and the back of the lungs just as much as I'm filling up the belly and the front of the chest. And then just take these deep belly breaths for a minute. And this will almost immediately help you calm down and drop into your parasympathetic nervous system. Great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do a hand mudra. And all a hand mudra is different hand positions. And so first take your left hand like this, palm faces up. And then take your right hand on top of your left hand, palm facing up too. And then you take your left thumb and it wraps around the right fingers. And then you take your right thumb and it wraps around the left hand. And then you take your hand and you hold it right here over your heart. And then you close your eyes and you look up into your third eye space. So your third eye space is right here between the eyebrows. And when you're looking up and in at your third eye space, it's almost like you're going cross-eyed a little bit, and it'll actually create a little bit of pressure right here, and that's a good thing. That means it's working. And our pituitary gland is right here, so when we look up into the third eye space, we're really looking up into our pituitary gland. And when we're putting pressure on our pituitary gland, it will secrete hormones into the body which help us regulate our emotions. And so just taking these deep belly breaths and looking into our third eye space is a great way to calm down. So go back to your hand mudra, left palm, left thumb over, right thumb over. Hand gets held over the heart like this. And then we close the eyes and we look up into the third eye space. And then we start to take these long, deep belly breaths. And you probably want to do this for at least 3 minutes, if not longer. I like to do it for about 11 minutes. But just do it until you start to feel better. Or if you want to set a timer, great. And then I like to imagine that I'm breathing in love and then exhaling love. And I like to give love a color. So I'll imagine that I'm breathing in this like pink, sparkly light, and then it like comes into my body, and then it moves around and like creates all this healing energy inside of me. And then I imagine myself breathing out the same pink, sparkly light back out into the universe. And I imagine it like going around the earth and healing people. And so I'm sending this good energy back out into the universe. And this really helps me calm down and get centered. And so I just wanted to share that with you, and let me know if it works or how you like it. And I hope that you're doing well. And I just want you to know that if you're struggling right now, you're not alone. I think that many of us are having our own challenges. And, the world is never going to be an absolute. And it's good practice for us to give space to the unknown and give space to living in the mystery. And so I wish you guys all well, and I send you all love. See you later.